And welcome back, our dear viewers, where we are going to tackle tonight's topic, which is the situation in Somalia and in particular Somaliland. And to shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Ambassador Baioumy, good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
Thank you so much, sir, for being our guest. Ambassador Baioumy, how does Egypt interpret Israel's recognition of the Somaliland as an independent state in light of the established principles of international law and the respect of state sovereignty?
I think you know that Egypt is involved in the independence of Somalia since long time, since my first days in diplomacy. And maybe I want to draw the attention of our audience that if you go on Qasr al-Nil bridge going to Tahrir Square, then at the end of this bridge there is a tunnel called Kamal al-Din Salah Tunnel.
Yes.
Here I want to shed light on who is Kamal al-Din Salah. He was our ambassador and negotiator for the independence of Somalia early in the 50s. And he was killed in Somalia. That's why we named this tunnel after his name. And by the way, he is the father of Mrs. Ahmed Abu Ghait, Layla Abu Ghait. He has a small statue in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Tahrir. You see his statue on top of the escalator there. This is our first day with the Somali problem. Yes. Now we have this problem of the tribes in Africa. In Africa, people mostly, they do not say, I am Nigerian or Sudanese. No, I am coming from the tribe Bafia or Kafia or Afia, these names. This is a problem, of course.
Yes.
And in Somalia, we have this the division of people among different tribes. So the problem is ours, but then there are some foreign forces coming to our area and try to make benefit of this. Take Syria, for instance, where you have Alawi, Sunni, Shia, Hafiz al-Assad and his sons, and this and that. So Syria is divided in 4 or 5 divisions because of this problem. Of course, there are foreign powers who can make benefit of this, but the problem is ours. Take Yemen, what is going in Yemen. Nobody is forcing Yemen to be divided. Nobody is forcing Libya to be divided, or Iraq. Then a country like Egypt, where there isn't any difference between you and me or any other Egyptian, because we are all Egyptians.
Yes.
Nobody is saying I am from Damietta or I am from Aswan. All of us are Egyptian, and there isn't any difference between one Egyptian and the other.
Yes.
So Egypt is in a very good position to make efforts in order to bring all these countries and to talk to the different people in every country to go back to democracy and to belong only to one country and one flag. This is a very difficult task, but it is in our favor to do this effort, and I think we are doing good job relatively, and I hope that Egypt, with the Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states, with Algeria, with Morocco, all these countries are still standing on strong feet. They can help those countries to bring back their unity.
Yes. Mr. Ambassador, to what extent Egypt's stance has reflected its long-term vision for stability in Africa and in the Middle East, as well as, of course, the Horn of Africa?
We are in a very good position because I think, according to my experience, we are the most accepted face in Africa, Egyptians. Even when I was in some missions in many African countries, in some African countries, some people are proud that they have Egyptian origin.
Indeed.
I met some of the kings in Africa. In his official pamphlet about his country, he is proud that he has Egyptian origin. I served as an ambassador in Cameroon, where some parts of Cameroon, they say we came from Egypt through the river Nile and Chad, then to Cameroon, and they build their houses in the shape of pyramids. You will be amazed about these things. So anyway, we are accepted as a face who can support them since that time, the pharaonic time, since Muhammad Ali Pasha, Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi and the Crusaders, then the time of Gamal Abdel Nasser, who was helping all his brothers in Africa to gain their independence from the occupation.
Yes. Mr. Ambassador, how does Egypt's coordination with the Arab and Islamic nations strengthen its rejection of Israel's move regarding the recognition of Somaliland?
Here, we are making a very strong position. We use the Islamic conference to refuse this Israeli move, because also the international community wouldn't accept that a country come and to recognize the separation of one country among two people. This is not acceptable at all. And we have a relatively good success in the United Nations, something like that also in the Islamic Conference and in Africa and in the non-aligned movement. So I think we are doing fine, but we have to be patient, and at the end of the day, I am sure that we shall impose one Somali country to face the whole world.
Yes. Sir, why does Egypt view Somaliland as an inseparable, actually, part of Somalia under the international law, despite its de facto administrative structures?
Because we are, first, we are against any division between one people and another people in the same country. Second, we are giving the good example to all these countries to be unified among the same people. And we are doing fine. We have our Egyptian fund for investment in Africa, and we use this. We have a lot of experts in Africa in many fields to help those people in many fields, whether it is education, it is health, it is name it. And we are using this, and I think we are doing relatively a good success in all these efforts. But it takes time, and it takes really a huge effort to come to the first steps of success.
Yes. Mr. Ambassador, what message here is Egypt sending to the international community by rejecting any recognition of Somaliland without Somalia's central government's consent about it?
It is the size of Egypt that Egypt can say big no. Before that, we gave big no to the ex-American President Biden, when he was coming to our area, proposing to us to establish a pact against Iran by the Arab countries. And the Egyptian Minister of Foreign Affairs responded to him, Iran is not at all our enemy. Iran is a friendly Islamic country, and we can manage whatever we need from Iran. The enemy is those who are occupying our land, killing our brothers in Palestine, those who are occupying our land. In less than one day, the President of the United States changed his position.
Yes.
Instead of asking for a NATO Arab pact against Iran, he asked for the two-state solution, which we are seeking for. So I think Egypt, really a good example. Whenever Egypt say yes, it is yes. When it said it is no, the whole Arab world and the Islamic world would come behind us.
Sir, how does Egypt actually balance its legal arguments with the strategic and security consideration in its opposition to Israel recognition of Somaliland?
I think we are using all the ways to do this. Openly and in the mass media we say big no. In the United Nations, we did our best. Then, of course, we have our ways to whisper to Israel because we have official relations here and there in Tel Aviv and Cairo. And I think that under the table, something is going on. So we can stop Israel and give them good advice. And I think they are good listeners to Egypt because Egypt is not playing at all. Egypt is serious in its relations. And I am quite sure that many Israelis are welcoming the intervention of Egypt for peace and stability.
Yes. Sir, actually, in what ways does Egypt believe that the unilateral recognition of breakaway regions undermines the international system formed after the Second World War?
Yes, because here is the secret of the peace which we are living since early in the 50s up till now, that we recognize and we establish this United Nations system, and we are supporting it, and we don't want one big country to manage by itself all the activities of the United Nations. And really, I am not happy with what the United States is doing lately, that they are withdrawing from more than 60 organizations. This is not the good message we need from this big power. But let us wait and see. And we are, of course, we have our ways to talk to those people. We have very good relations with China, with Russia, with all the big power who are members or the permanent members of the Security Council also. So we do not lack the ways and means to give our advice to everybody.
Yes. Sir, why is the Horn of Africa considered a region of exceptional geopolitical importance for Egypt and its national security strategies?
Every part of Africa is very important to us because after all we are Africans, we are Arabs, we are Muslim, which is also spread in many African countries, and we are doing our best. Because as we are part of this continent, we need Africa to be in safe and in total stability and security. So we cannot bear trouble in the south side of Egypt. So we are helping here and there in order to continue peace among countries and peace within every country by itself.
Sir, how could the instability in Somalia directly or indirectly actually affect Egypt's interest in the Red Sea region?
Here comes a serious point, because even in Yemen, when Yemen was divided and there are trouble in Yemen, they started to attack ships going to the Red Sea and to Suez Canal, and we lost a lot of our revenue from Suez Canal because of this. Now we are restoring this stability, and we cannot bear something like that in Somalia or anywhere at the beginning side of the Red Sea. Red Sea is a red question also. We need peace in this part of the world because it is, of course, navigation, it is Suez Canal, it is our stability.
Indeed. Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, always a pleasure to listen to your precious input, sir. Thank you so much for being our guest for tonight. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of our Daily Debate. Till tomorrow with another crew. Many thanks for watching.